Madumes Chavas Africa Borole Faskabo Para. My name is Vich. This is Give It to Azania Kasi podcast. Today I've got a guest by the name of DJ PIE. But before we can go far, let's not forget to subscribe for this channel and then like the video and watch the video and share the link as well. How are you, my brother?
I'm well, my brother.
Yeah. What's happening?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that the way you address me, it makes people look at me in a funny way.
What's happening?
Because the last time I was in a conference here on campus, and when they were nominating, somebody raised their hand in an academic space.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, I understand to nominate DJ PIE. I'm like, hey, this person. Automatically then it was collapsed.
But you are one of our own. We must address you as people will know. Like,
yeah, but we must understand that when I'm in an academic space, you must address me in an academic manner. Yeah. Unlike calling me like I'm a DJ. You are in a comrade sphere of academia.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, please, just to those who do not know you about as DJ PIE, what is DJ PIE?
Okay. Personally, my name is Ivan. And I come from a place in Masheshane called Kalkspruit, Maraba. Yeah, so the name PIE comes from my initials. Because my initials is PI. The first one I don't like telling people about it because it's very ancient. It's from my great grandfather. Yes. So DJ PIE is DJ PIE. Yeah.
Where did you go to school to? Your high school, your primary school? How was it?
Growing up, I grew up in a very rural area.
Yeah.
So the primary school that I started with was Salome Maraba. And then I moved to John Rimba. After John Rimba, that's when I got to secondary at Maphuthi Secondary school by the former principal Morano. Yes.
So you are their product.
Hey, at that time I used to be a nerd, you can say. As you can see now, I can't even see. I'm wearing spectacles. So those things of reading books too much and being close to the laptop for some time, they end up damaging the eyes. So I used to be one of the top students there by my secondary because I've been top learner from grade 10 to grade 12.
Sure.
Yes.
So, but before you can go far with this episode, please wish Happy Women's Month to all women in South Africa. And then what is it that you wish for?
Of course, women are very precious human beings in this world, which we must at some point show gratitude to them.
Sure.
Yes, Happy Women's Day to every ladies out there. You deserve to be treated like a precious gold and diamond. So I wish you guys that you can be having people who will appreciate you on this day and give you a special occasion today. Thanks very much.
Yes. Then how did you become a DJ? What happens? What has inspired you to become? Because what I thought that you will be, it's either you will be in academics or you would be in politics, but you just took a serious detour.
Remember when I was still doing my undergraduate, I was a comrade. Yeah. But now I was not that radical comrade that would go chasing gates and all those things. Now I just engage you. Sure. And then we agree. So my way of being in politics, I was not that radical way. It was just engaging and then showing each other the way. Then that's when I moved. So, you know, NSFAS, these things of NSFAS, when you are doing your undergraduate, everything is nice. They give you money, they give you everything, you are sorted. Now the challenge comes when you get to postgraduate. When you start entering honors level, master's level, PhD level, they are very scarce bursaries that will support you. So I finished my degree, I did my honors. I fortunately got to have a bursary called NRF. And then when I finished honors, I got it for masters. So now the challenge was, after I finished my masters, the results took time to come back from the externals. that's when now I was forced to now graduate in September instead of April. Now it means the whole year is gone.
Sure.
And me being a man, as a man you must provide, you must have some source of income. You can't depend on other people for you to survive.
Sure.
So I ended up having to explore other means because before I have a fan base because people know me as a Hubbly guy.
Sure.
I used to provide Hubbly for most big events.
Sure.
Shipping container and the places like Sweet Pops.
Sure.
When Sweet Pops was still doubled, it was still the one in town at Market Street and the one in Blood River.
Sure.
So I used to provide Hubbly. So I had a fan base.
Sure.
And most of the time when I was working with Hubbly, I would hear how DJs would play. And personally, I love music too much.
Yeah.
So you find that every time I'm with the people chilling, when we're having a chillers, I'll be the one who want to connect to the speaker.
Sure.
Because I'll be having the recent music.
Yeah.
So every day I was having that enthusiasm to say, you know what, these people, they are playing, but they're not playing how I feel they should be playing.
Sure.
Maybe let me try and learn this thing.
Yeah.
That's when I ended up going to ask, how do this thing work? And then I start looking at them, observing them, then I had the interest. Because I already, every day, even now as I'm my DJ, I don't sleep. Before I sleep, I have to make sure at least 5-6 songs, new songs, I have them in my USB. Yeah, so that's when I became a DJ.
So who plugged you, like first person who says, my man, come and be on this deck and play?
The first person that I would really appreciate that was there for me, he goes by the name DJ TBL. TBL.
Yeah.
Dion and the
Sure.
Mr. Private School piano. Yeah, the person who came to have shipping container and brought a different kind of music.
Sure.
Because you go to Pelachisanyama, you go to Dijong, you go to that place, Maphuthi Just Paradise.
Sure.
When you get there, everyone is playing Munike.
Sure.
And then they came with a different vibe where they play Gija and Private School, which is music that is, you just listen, there's no vocal inside, you just listen to the beat and there's goob and so they came with it, that shipping, that's what made shipping a brand and made it to be unique from other places. So that guy was like, PIE, I always play Private School in Skija, but at those peak hours I can also play Skija and private. People that time they are drunk, they would like to have something that they are familiar with, like commercial music. So normally the DJs that I play here, you will be like, hey, they play card. Hey. But I can't use the Valaga language. You will use the Totital language in Pretoria. So that Totital language, you will be like, I will just quote him the way he would say. Hey, but so that's how he would say. He was like, you don't want to be a DJ. I'm like, I would like to, but I don't know. Then that's when he's the first person that taught me how to know what a CDJ is, how to put USBs and all those things. Yes.
And then he's doing fine. Nagabuya is doing fine.
It's powerful, that man.
It's TBL. I must go and do research.
Still underrated. That man is powerful. He's been in Pretoria. He's been in a lot of places. He was a DJ when they were still playing vinyl. Vinyls, those small ones. Not now they're using CDJs. That time they were still using vinyls and CDs. Those are the DJs that were there back then.
But you had a role in shipping container. What was your role about that? Because you were, I thought you were ambassador of shipping at some point. I said, there's no shipping without this guy. What's happening? He's always there, including this chap, Mrao. I like, this guys, what's happening there? I thought maybe you got shares in Yanata.
No, it's not like that. Sometimes the perception that people would have shouldn't be the case. A place can operate with or without anyone. It's just that when you are a resident, you are always present because of business-wise. Then it ends up making you to be regular too much, and people think you are having some parts or something. The thing is, with me, I used to have hubblies that I was hiring overnight. Like, for example, maybe you and your guys are chilling somewhere, and you'd be like, hey, we need hubbly. Then you would call PIE, bring hubbly for the night. Then I'll charge you. Then the following day you return the hubbly. So as I saw Dijong was operating, I used to provide maybe 10-20 to those guys who had hubblies at Dijong and Phela when they have big events, like they're out of hubblies. I was like, no, can give you mine, then you'll give me something. Sister would survive. Then I see, no, when I look at Dijong, I was used to groove at Dijong too much. Yeah, Dijong was, when 2019, when Dijong was still starting, when it was powerful.
Sure.
Then I would see the shipping now, they are trying to build something. If I can go there, I see potential to say, if I can go there, I can have a business that I can run.
Sure.
So I just faced my face. I went there. They were still building.
You wanted the boss in there.
Yeah, I wanted the boss. Because I knew, obviously, when they are still building, the chances are you'll find the owner direct. But once the building is done, you don't see them more often.
Sure,
because they're busy with serious things. But in the initiation, when things are starting, they have to be there, present. And
they frequent the place and the site as well. Sure.
So I went there, then I talked to the guy. I'm like, no, I'm having this much of Hablis. That time I used to buy Hablis because I was saving NRF. The NRF money was coming and I was saving because I could see what's the use of me taking the money and spending it on other things. At least if I can explore this kind of business route, then it will help me. Then the guy was like, no problem. Let me give you a number, then we will talk.
Sure.
Because I'm still trying to encourage him to give me that space. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. It's not only Hablis that I'm going to provide as a service to you. Anything that you would need from me, even if I stand to be an ice boy, there's no problem.
That's what you must be.
And then the guy gave me the numbers, and that's when things started.
Sure.
Yes.
No, and then it was just only about being a provider for Hub.
Being a provider for Hub. So at some point, when a business starts, they don't hire a lot of staff.
So then, what are the challenges that you met along the way when you were rendering this Hablis to people that you don't know? They just call and say, please hire us this Habli for tonight, and then we'll bring it later or tomorrow.
Most of the time when I was hiring, I would check where these people are.
Sure.
But most of the time I would prefer me going to where they are. So I can be able to trace where they are. Because it's not easy. People can come and say we need Hablis. And then they go.
Sure.
With your Hub, then it's gone. Because there was once an incident when I got called that come to Mamelodi, Joburg.
Sure. I
almost got scammed. I think I had close to 100 Hablis in it. 100 Hablis. They're like, come to Pretoria and then we want to give you a slot, there's a big event, you're going to be charging 500 to 1,000. I'm like, normally here Hablis 150 to 200.
Sure.
Hey, they're telling me the Hablis there is going to be 1,000 per session.
Sure.
Like, I'm going. I take the staff, I go. But now I get when he calls me, it's like, when you get to Hamaskral, take 8 left. That's when now I started doubting, this man, he wants to murder me. I went straight to the event. Lucky enough, where I was on that event at Mamelodi, there was traffic officers this side, there were police, there were security. So we're surrounded by securities. So this guy has been there, I've been here for an hour. And now remember the guy that transported us from TEF to Mamelodi had been busy the day before. So he was like, I'm just doing a favor. So he wanted to go and sleep. Now the guy I'm calling, the guy is not coming. I've been waiting for an hour, I call, the guy is not answering.
But did he give you the deposit, or you just said, this guy's my check?
With Habli, normally when you go to an event, it's either when you give them money for stall, where you secure you're going to work. So you get the stall, then you operate. You can pay the stall, hoping people are going to buy the Hub. So initially you had called, it was like, no, my man, send me 5,000 for stall. I'm like, I can't send now. I'll give you the money from the person that I get when I've sold the Hablis. Because I could feel that this one. After he calls, it's like, you are in Polokwane. Normally the flavors and charcoals there in Joe's, they're cheap. So send me money so I can buy there for you so they can be read. I'm like, no, I've already bought. Then I got there. And when I get the guys, I've been waiting for 2 hours. The transport guys like, now I can't. Now when I call the guy was like, no, before we get into the venue, he sent a venue that is maybe 30 kilometers away. It's like, let's meet there. So you can give me the money first before we enter into the event. So what alarmed me was when I go to the event, we saw a truck entering with people having Hablis. So in my mind, I'm like, these guys arrived. I get there. I talk to the guys, I'm like, hey, are you what? Who's that person? You don't know that person. That's when I started seeing, I want to be scammed. And with the Hablis that I have premium Hub. Those old Egyptians. It's quality. So they wanted them. So So I talked to the guy said, this is our event. We're only Habli people here. There's no other person of that name.
The more you market your business, sometimes you are inviting criminals to say, this guy's got a good stuff.
Coming to take your things. So then that was an alarm. Then I'm like, no, when I go to the location, I'll follow you.
Sure.
Then I leave.
You came back. I
told the transport guards. I didn't come back because I knew if I tried to come back to PLK, they might follow me. So I ended up having to book, and for the people who have to book and just stay for the night, so that they can disappear.
Sure.
So it's not easy with the Hablis. People can steal. Some can try to scam you.
So do you have a mixtape now as a DJ, or what is it that you are cooking?
I don't have a mixtape yet because when you are a DJ, you have to have first a fan base.
Sure.
You must have fans who like your music when you play different places.
Sure.
If you can go to a place, they call you and you don't see people coming in numbers, it means you don't have fans. So if you are going to do a live tape, who's going to support those?
But I had, when I started this podcast, I had this other friend of mine is in Pretoria. That chap is the ones that assisted me with this mic. This guy said, "Well, my man, don't expect too much from your friends." Why? Even those that were close to Jesus Christ, they never believed in Jesus Christ. But the foreigners had to, or they had to. So now when you start those things, don't check your base on WhatsApp. Sometimes you might be left by someone who does not even have your number. Because, they're jealous. It's a problem. And then even now, sometimes I've been with you on my WhatsApp for some time, but I've never posted anything from you. Why?
I think maybe you're missing the point that I'm trying to raise.
Sure.
Every time you go and play at a certain place, when you finish playing, you get to the people.
Sure.
There are going to be people who will come to you. Hey, you gave an asset.
Sure.
They will give you compliments.
Sure.
Some will even say, today you didn't play the way I normally hear you play. So you get to see your friends. People who come and support you. Whenever I go to your place, they will be coming. Your friends, most of the time, they don't support you up until they see people. When they see them, hey, PIE. Then that's when now they start seeing the most important thing in you. But when you start, they don't see that.
Sure.
So, but the fans, that's the most important thing. But now I'm busy with an EP that I'm producing piano music with my friend Case and Zouk Soul.
Sure.
So we're cooking something.
Yeah, something is coming.
We're cooking something.
Sure.
I've always have the enthusiasm to be like, how do these people like Wokups and Maphorisa get to make music?
Sure.
So we're on that process. Soon I'm going to be releasing an EP.
Sure.
Yes.
No, you must send it. Now what I do with the link of this podcast, I send it to everyone in my WhatsApp. If you are annoyed by my links, you must delete me or you must block me. So even though I now feature better EPL, so send it everyone, even the group EFF everywhere, group and Simone Lechanso or Romel.
Yes.
And then that is how we push the issue of fan base, because sometimes someone who grew up with you, he might not see the potential in you. Maybe you might see potential in you being a lecturer and say, this guy is good in lecturing, but in music he can't be that good. Because sometimes people, they don't have an ear in music, they don't have an ear in business, they have different ears.
When you say that, you remind me of the first time when I started hosting my very first event.
Sure.
Because because there was a point where shipping went into renovations thing for 5-6 months.
Sure.
So that's when
it was closed.
Most of the time I was in Sweet Pops in town.
Sure.
Anyway, that's when I was learning how to DJ. Then I meet the likes of Mendy, Dipakano, and P. James, and Case. Then that's when I started knowing people that would show me, this is how you play.
Sure.
So when I meet those guys, I was always there play. I would go there. Monday, they have Mod Monday.
Sure.
Tuesday, they don't have anything. Wednesday, they have Wednesday Shandis.
Sure.
Thursday is just normal. So I would go there Tuesday and Thursday. Every time I go there, around 4.
Sure.
Time to practice.
Sure.
And those resident DJs, when they know that they're not working, they have to rest.
Sure.
So I would go there when they are resting. I go there, try to practice up until I get the thing.
Sure.
So this other time, the owner of Sweet Pops, Mr. Mavitel, I'll never forget that man.
Sure.
He helped me a lot.
Too much.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that man, he was like, "Hey, Pi, today I see you are busy." And that time I was now
This is Mr. Mabitsel. We must give him his flowers.
Now I'm getting to play. And now it's Tuesday. Normally Tuesday people will go to 10 pin.
Sure.
And then after 10 pin, they they'll go to coffee. Then coffee they close.
Sure.
So they don't have anywhere to go.
Sure.
So now I was like, no, I'm busy practicing. I was with my other guy called TP.
Sure.
Mohal. That guy, me and him were in the same energy of trying to be DJs.
Sure.
So we were practicing together most of the time.
Sure.
So this other day I was alone. He was not there. So I'm busy there trying to play. Then the people stayed. I think they stayed for up until 2 o'clock.
Sure.
And the owner, when he goes there, he was expecting people to close around normally 11, 12.
Sure.
Because they know at 12 they close, people they are gone. But that day, because I was busy playing, trying to, practice, then I get to know the thing.
Sure.
People start staying. It's like, hey, Pi, I see you have pushed.
Sure.
Do you want to do something on Tuesday?
Sure.
Like, no, let me try to push.
Sure.
And when I wanted to be unique.
Sure.
So the strategy that I used was, I said, no, let me send you pictures of the ladies that I know.
Sure.
So, when you work with Babie, you get to know these ladies, these powerful ladies.
Yeah.
So one of the most important host that I always appreciate in my life is called Salome.
Sure.
Muchaki.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that introduced me to other ladies. To
sure.
When I needed your help when I was suffering, you gave me a job at the Babie side.
Sure.
So now let me do the favor.
Sure.
So she came and then he gave me pictures of her friends. Then we made a post. We called it PIE and Friends.
Sure.
Yeah. So that people can know. That's when my brand started growing.
Sure.
We call it PIE and Friends. That day when they got there, I still had money and bursaries. I'd buy alcohol. Serious alcohol.
Sure.
Sure.
For these friends.
For these friends. You know what is the idea behind that? When you provide wines to people.
Sure.
When I come as a guy interested in the girl and I want to buy, there's no way I can move from wine to something expensive.
Sure.
I'll just buy a dump.
Sure.
That's it. But the moment you get to the table, you see Verve, you see Moyet, you see Estropez, obviously you can't go low. It's either you do the same thing or you buy more.
Sure.
Yeah. Then the sales, most businesses work, the way they make more money is through this expensive alcohol.
Sure.
These dumpies, sometimes they make money, but not that much.
Sure.
Because, for example, let me give you a simple example. Hennessy, you go to Macro, you find it around 300, 400.
Sure.
And they sell it how much? At a group. 1.2.
Sure.
1.3, depending on the place.
Sure.
So you see from 400 to 1.2, what is the profit? 800 and something.
Sure.
But for a dump, you are getting more 5 rand, 6 rand. So the money that you get there is very little. So with those ones, there is too much money.
Sure.
Even Astropaz, they sell it 100, 150, depending on the place that you are selling.
And then now they are making it in these big bottles now.
Hey, they
make sure they post them everywhere. They just
that's
make
where
sure
the money is.
Now
when a place is operating, I get there. I see dumpies.
Sure.
I don't see champagnes and bottles. Even if it's packed, I don't see money coming in the business.
No.
Because the money comes when they spend
bottles
and buy verbs. Because you find that one verb is 1.7 and you bought that verb how much? 900.
Sure.
The profit is how much?
More than 500.
Yeah, it's too much. So if you have 20 bottles sold that night of verb alone, I'm not talking about Hennessy, VSOP, XO and all this other.
Sure.
It's too much.
So
people didn't want to post my event when I wanted to start in town. So I had to push. There was something like, what is this guy trying to do? What does he think? I was still new in the dust.
Sure.
Still trying to be a DJ. And I started. I'm like, I have the intention that this thing can pass.
It can.
First week, I remember the resident DJ at Seed Pops called Deepak Khan.
Sure.
It's like, Pi, the thing is you are impatient. This thing you start, you build small.
Sure.
Every week you see different people coming. You build until you reach a momentum.
Sure.
When we got to the third time, remember the first time I called the Salome's friend.
Sure.
Then the other time I saw Salome and the other friends that I know from my side.
Sure.
They started getting interested in coming. Even powerful DJs now, they started seeing that this movement is not getting there. They just wanted to come and play for free.
Sure.
I like you paying them. But before when I told them what I need them, they were like, hey, you need to pay me.
Sure.
So it was not easy. People will come and support someone.
Sure.
Yeah. It was not an easy thing. Yes.
Sure. So what are the challenges that you meet as a DJ?
Yeah, when you are a DJ, there are a lot of challenges. Challenge number one, what is happening is, if you're not a resident DJ, Resident DJ meaning you have a place where they say you play there every time they open.
Sure.
You are a resident.
Oh.
So when you're not a resident DJ, you are just a normal DJ outside of any place. It's not easy for you to get bookings unless if you know people.
Sure.
So the challenge is these people, what they would do is, for example, let's say me, myself, I'm a DJ at Shipping Container Lifestyle.
Sure.
So what I would do is I would call somebody from Waterland.
Sure.
To say come and play, then Shipping pays that person. Then that person must do me a favor, return the favor to me. I must go and play at Waterland. Then I get that man. So now if when I don't have that access to booking someone, they won't book you.
Sure.
Unless if they, maybe the bosses of their own have heard you play somewhere, they're like, please put this ball.
Sure.
You'll be texty. They don't even come and appreciate you.
Sure.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. So now, because since while you are in the musical industry, there's this allegations about Maphorisa being a gatekeeper and what do you think? Do you have such people? Have you ever met such people with such status?
I think people are confusing gatekeeping and having power. They are two different things.
So there's power, there's gatekeeping.
There's gatekeeping, there's power. Power in what sense? In the likes of DJ Maphorisa,
sure.
You know when they started with Piano Hub and the Scorpion Kings.
Sure.
It was Kabza and he, right?
Sure.
So Maphorisa was very smart in the sense that he ended up registering with other departments like Africori.
Sure.
And the others. And you know Africori, they advertise more. You go to TikTok, you see Africori.
Sure.
You go to Instagram, you see
sure.
Africori. So you can produce music, but the music might not be known.
Sure. Yeah.
So you can do it outside other people, but
sure.
the likes of Maphorisa already has a connection. He's connected himself with the
right people,
the advertisement, and also right people who
sure.
can make you get bookings outside and even in the country.
Sure.
So it's like, for example, myself, as I'm going to be producing, I can make your proper music.
Sure.
But if I'm not registered with those kind of departments,
sure,
my music won't go.
Sure.
Because there's none that's going to advertise it for people.
So you are rubbishing this thing of being gatekeeper. How about the gatekeeper is when you are... how can you define a gatekeeper in this sense?
Gatekeeping is like when you register a contract with Open Mic.
Sure.
Or any other. For example, with Open Mic, you agree you sign a contract.
Sure.
They'll tell you every time you perform, you want 25%.
Sure.
And there's this 360 rule that is there that takes a lot of money off artists. So the gatekeeping part is that one.
Sure.
That when you sign a contract, they'll tell you if you are supposed to release an album, they say you can't release an album because you still owe us, pay us first.
Oh.
That's why like you see like the likes of Jay-Z.
Jay-Z as well, she suffered from such thing.
The people like Shebeshkt and King Monada, they are fine.
They are surviving.
They're doing it on their own. They have a fan base.
Sure.
Whatever they make as profit or the ones that come there as royalties, they get 100%.
Sure, they don't.
But now when you are registered with Open Mic and all those others, they take percentages from each.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, out of 100%, you end up getting Maphuthi 25.
Sure.
Yes.
Because I was, to be honest, I was convinced, the guy is a gatekeeper.
Let me give an example with Maphorisa. Let's say Maphorisa is registered with Africori and others. They are taking.
Sure.
That's him in Piano Hub.
Sure.
So imagine 30 things taking, then now they have to give you. How much do you think you'll get? Because you're under him.
Yeah. You will get a little man. Small. You
get small. So the likes of Shebeshkt, they're surviving because everything they do, they get 100% profit. There is no dividend. There's no division in between the money that comes for you. All the royalties come. And sometimes when you are even the company that you have registered in, they might not give you a royalties they're supposed to come.
Sure.
You find that your music is not playing in radio stations and all those kind of things.
Yes. Because there's this notion to say DJs are not educated, and what is your knowledge, or what did you observe from?
But what I've observed is with the rate of unemployment in the country.
Sure.
Most people are running to places where they think there's easy money coming in.
Sure.
Because you can't sit while looking for a job and you don't survive.
Sure.
So most DJs, most of them, they're educated.
That the graduates and then they didn't get employed.
Most of them are graduates. Most are those that didn't pass matric very well.
Sure.
They found ways to make money.
Sure.
Yes. You see myself, I'm doing my PhD, but I'm a DJ.
Sure.
Because it's a side hustle for me to be able to pay my fees and rooms and food.
Sure.
So it's some kind of easy money that you can get.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I would say go DJ nel chele.
There is money, but there is jealousy.
Sure.
And there is block. The owner listens to my music. They know my music.
Sure.
Now, when you come, they've called you. We are different. You come there, you're more powerful music more than me.
Sure.
I'll be afraid. Hey, this guy might take my job.
Sure.
So sometimes when they were supposed to book him, like, waiting, hey, he will call you.
Sure.
And that thing, book me and I'll book you. Also, is killing the industry.
Sure.
Because
what's happening with that?
You book me, I book you. So if when you're a DJ, you can't book, you're going to have an issue of getting a booking.
Break it down for us.
Like, I just give you an example of residence DJs or people who have events.
Sure.
If I have a big event, I call you to my event. I'm expecting you to return the favor. Book me somewhere so I can get paid. So it's book me, I book you. So if you don't have anywhere, like for myself, when I started, I didn't have any residence. It was not easy for me to get bookings. At some point, for me to grow, I ended up having to volunteer to play for some time. So I can showcase my skill. It's like us guys.
Sure.
When you are that ugly dog, you have to prove yourself to the ladies that you can be that person.
Sure.
You have to wear expensive clothes. You have to be a car. You have to have money.
But
when you are good looking, it's easy for you to get
to manipulate them.
That's the same thing with DJs. You have to overdo your work and make sure people love your thing.
Even in this industry, I've noticed a problem whereby this establishment or establishment, they will use a poster, a picture of DJ PIE, and then you find out where PIE is not there. Have you not experienced that? PIE don't know anything about that event.
Even us as shipping, we once experienced that with Jelly Baby.
Sure.
We pay the artist. Tell them what is the date. When that date come, they have other commitments. They choose those commitments more than us. They don't come.
So, when the event is on Saturday, on Monday you discuss with her and then she commits.
Normally with artists, it's not easy to get artists.
Sure.
When you have to plan ahead.
Sure.
Or by this date I might need this person. You have to check their availability if they are available. Sometimes you find that you want Maphorisa but it's not available.
Sure.
So these artists, they're always busy. They're going up and some are overseas. You find that the date that you have given them, some of them, they went to overseas and they extended their stay that date, and you had booked them. People came there, so you're expecting that person to come.
So Jelly Baby was on the poster.
Jelly Baby, we paid her. She was on the poster, but she didn't come twice. But she ended up coming.
But eventually, and then
it's a debt. It's a debt. You have to come and repay that debt that we have taken.
Because I even heard Shebeshkt at some point to say, I had to go and perform for the events. Honor that thing.
So they pay you. That money you have it. They've charged it. They've written it. Now they have to come. It's a debt.
Then what are they saying when you call them and say you didn't?
Most of the time when they don't dish up, it's either they didn't come or they forgot about your day. They can't forget. They have a lot of events.
Sure.
Or sometimes it's that thing. For example, let's say if PIE is an artist.
Sure.
Say I'm an artist and I'm powerful.
Sure.
You know me. People know me.
Sure.
They can say no. If one part don't worry, send me money. I'll give you. PIE is not aware.
Sure. Yeah, I'm being used as the pawn. Sure.
Like for example, maybe somebody from Dijong calls you and says, hey, I want to PIE. Can you negotiate a nicer price? You're like, I don't know why.
Sure.
Send me 10K, PIE will come.
Yeah, PIE will come.
Hey,
as long as I invited him.
But PIE is not aware that when you have got that 10K.
Sure. You just get surprised or
I just get surprised I see a post that hey, PIE is coming.
Sure.
That they didn't confirm.
Sure.
And I don't even post that thing that I'm coming.
Sure.
Yes.
So what's happening in the issue of marketing? Because sometimes you see the DJs being on the poster, and then when you see their social media platforms, they don't post anything about that program. Should they be paid for marketing as well, or they must just market it?
These days, let me not say it in terms of DJs. Let me say it in terms of artists.
Sure.
the artists have found a way to make money these days. Because they charge you from performance, accommodation, transport and food. And now they have made that thing of posting and also a video to be an extra man for you to pay before they can see I'm coming to ship you. They no longer do it for free like back then when they would just post. Posting, taking a video, some even gets to the extent of dancing when they are there. They want extra man. Yes. So it's a challenge on its own.
Oh, but you think it's a challenge?
Hey, imagine that person is wanting 35,000 for him to take a video, want extra 5,000. We go to the likes of Lamiz. Lamiz doesn't play for. I had to take a video. She'll tell you, I want extra man for me to take a video to say I'm coming to the place.
So what will happen if the person, let's speak about Lamiz or Jelly Baby, she says, I can't post this event on my socials, so I want extra man. And then I know it's fine, you cannot find it. Also, I post when I just come. And then when she comes there, she find 5 people. She will be blaming who?
But she can't come. Remember, before an artist can come, there's a time frame that we have to wait and see if people are coming or not. There's a point whereby we'll just say no, don't come.
And then how
it happens? Because imagine I've spent 35,000. And I've put a poster of this person coming. Then when I get to the place, when I look at the people, it's only 10 people. And it's already 11. And that person is supposed to play at 1. And remember, those artists normally they leave Joburg around 9-10. Yes.
So then since you have paid her, then what?
Then I will extend the date to another time.
Oh, she will agree.
She'll agree.
Oh, I thought maybe she
What's the use of me paying 50% to come and perform for 10 people? Because these 20 people, you might find that they're not even making half of the money that I've paid for that person.
Even these artists are all aware of this thing.
And even them, they want to feel themselves from performing to people. Imagine 10 people.
But that is my question. Or why do they still have a problem with marketing the event where they've been booked?
They don't care.
They don't care.
It's all up to you. That's why most departments must have their own marketing. It's all up to you as an establishment to have your own marketing and market the place. If you don't market it, then it's not their problem. When they take the money, come perform for 5 days, leave.
So now, like recently, I've watched this video of Malaika and Malaika group at McG's podcast. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it. I've been very busy.
So, okay, fine. How important is the contract in music? Because sometimes we just speak and say, I paid my out, it's fine. But it's not on the paper.
Important. Contract is not a matter of only music. Any business transaction or deal that you make with somebody, you must have a contract. Because verbally, I can change. So now I don't know what you're talking about. Then what does that have to do? We didn't agree with that. Yes. So a contract is important for you to agree to say, my man, when we are doing this thing, you are taking this much, I'm taking this much. It's very much important. Even when you are going to rent a stall somewhere, wherever, at any place, or having a business partner, you must have an agreement signed. You must have lawyers in the presence. It's very much important, that one. So you don't have challenge. Because now, I agree I'm the one that is known. Did you see what happened to EQ? Cholabam, they took him out. Because that song is not for EQ, it's for some people who made it. EQ is just having a verse, but he's the one trending more than others. Yes.
I didn't fall.
You must check that one. They can remove you from a song.
But
if you didn't agree with that thing, they don't take things and say, this is just Pie. Pie is my friend. This is Pama I know. I can change anytime.
So there was this story or the artist or Babie so active at night, they're using drugs, a lot of alcohol and what. Have you not experienced such a thing?
People deal with pressure differently. So some exert to drugs, some exert to different activities. So it's all up to us.
But it's this guy, even if
I've seen it, just that I can't call the name of the artist. Some of them, before they will come down, they're like, can I please have a Zolonyana for 5 minutes before I get to the stage? And that also helps. I've seen it with production. Now I'm producing music. You find that when we are busy producing, the person who's busy with the beats there, while we are busy, they find that maybe the mind is no longer working. It'll be like, give me something, maybe something to drink or something to smoke. It just, that thing here, I'm busy doing an activity while I'm busy focusing. People deal with things differently. Yes.
But because it's what makes like car accident to be prevalent in this industry, because now recently or even back in the days, our celebrities, we lost them, our artists, we lost them through car accidents. Do you think these drugs and alcohol, when they are performing it also, because some of them, they don't have drivers?
But no, I don't think that's the case. Accidents are things that can happen anytime.
To anyone?
Anyone.
Sure.
You cannot decide today I'm going to have an accident.
Sure.
You can drive properly but get an accident. I'll give you a simple example. 3 months back, I was going home back to Masheshane.
Sure.
I left shipping with a Bolt.
Sure.
When we get to that side of Box Street, the robot is open for us. The guy is not drinking nothing. The robot is open for us. It's at night, around 2, 3.
Sure.
The robot is open, it's green, and then we are supposed to pass.
Sure.
And then on the other side, it's red.
Sure.
The truck just passes while we are busy moving.
Sure.
Lucky enough, the guy was driving an automatic car. He just pressed the
brake.
No, he just pressed the gas so he can go.
Oh, the accelerator. Then
just press, then he just hit the last part of the back. But the problem was not the driver. The driver was not drinking. The driver was working as a Bolt guy.
Sure.
It's at night.
Yeah.
So and the robot is open for us to pass.
Sure.
Yeah. So accidents, they happen whether you are drinking or not drinking. But majority of artists, they have drivers that are driving there.
Sure.
Because of that, they don't have remember, driving takes a lot of your energy.
Sure.
When you drive from Joburg to here, when you get here like, hey, I'm tired of driving, you don't want even to get into the car. You get me?
Sure.
So imagine you have to drive and also perform at the same time. Hence some exert to drugs. Because drugs give you extra energy.
Sure.
Yes.
I know. And I thought, or it's because I've been wondering, or what kills ourselves, like because always, or maybe it's because we know them, they are publicly known,
the problem,
as opposed to ordinary people.
The problem with us is, I guess we always take myth serious. People have been saying artists are doing Illuminati, what, hence they're dying.
Sure.
They had to sacrifice, what.
Sure.
It's not always the case.
No?
It's not always the case. Accidents happen, mistakes happen. Sometimes because of the pressure of people wanting them to produce more music, they end up killing themselves.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you're my brother. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes.
Yeah, blind. I thought, since I see you on your status, you are a very busy person. I thought I will never get hold of.
Always busy. Even now, after a year, I have to go to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
In the morning, I was busy with school work, research, because I'm doing my PhD.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Good luck with your research. Finish it in time. We want to see you in a red gown, my man.
It's not easy, my man. You see now, it's painful for me this year because I used to assist people with NRF.
Sure.
Because when I did my honors, I applied for it. I got it. I applied for master. I got it. As I was the leadership of postgraduate, I could see that most of our postgraduates, when they registered in University of Limpopo, they are suffering in terms of registering. They don't have money to register. They don't have money for fees.
Sure.
Like if I can help them apply for this funding. I was not hired by the university, not hired by anyone. It was just an individual enthusiasm to say, let me help these people as I'm leadership of postgraduates.
Sure.
Because most of them, when they come, most of the problems with the car, I don't have funding. This is why it's happening. I can't register because I didn't have funding.
Sure.
So instead of helping them register, we will deal with the problem.
Sure.
Because most of the time you guys want to deal with the end product and not the problem.
Sure.
The problem is they don't have funding, hence they end up having debts for them to register.
Sure.
So you have to deal with the problem of them having funding. That's when I ended up starting to help them with applying and all those things. But the university was not helping me. Now I was helping them, going up and down for them to be fine.
Sure.
Now I'm suffering. I'm not having funding this year.
But God will come through. Don't worry. You will get your breakthrough. Then what can you say to the viewers of this podcast? And then you must also give them your socials where they can book you and everything like that.
Yeah. Now I go by the name DJ PIE. Everywhere you go to Instagram is DJ PIE 2023.
Instagram is DJ PIE 2023.
Yeah.
Sure.
You go to Facebook, It's Irvin Legodi.
Sure.
That's my original name.
Sure.
So I didn't change my Facebook. I just continued with that one.
Sure.
Yes.
The number you are open to tell or
the number is 067.
Sure.
210.
Sure.
1633.
Sure.
That's my number that I use for bookings.
Sure. They can call you. Any establishment can call you.
It depends. Because now, for example, you can't call me. Even when we're calling artists, for example, you can't call artists at Dijong and then you take them to shipping at the same time. There's a distance barrier that is there, that is between artists and also DJs.
Sure.
Yes.
And I hear you. Thank you very much for coming, my brother.
No, thanks very
much.
Ola.
Sure. I'm signing out. Para pa pa pa.